Welcome back to Glenagos Park. IAME Cadet is next, of course, and it's Johnny Edgar, the O-plate, alongside Joseph Taylor, with Marlowe and Koika on row 2, Thompson and Patterson, Bunce and Van Napton, and then Dylan Hodgkin and Tyler Reid on row 5. Keep an eye on Lorcan Hannafin from P11 on the grid, Max Dodds in P18 as well, Clayton Ravenscroft from P21, and Bray Keneally from P25 alongside Alicia Goundry. That'll be an interesting fight through the field. We wait for the lights and away we go. Bit of a creepy getaway from Johnny. I'm not sure he's going to be able to hold that lead into the first corner. Joseph Taylor's very close to him as they head through the first corner. Couple of drivers taking to the grass on the way through. We're on board with Dexter Patterson, and he has leaped up into third position. So Taylor gets the best start. Johnny Edgar is in second position, and Patterson is right up to third. What a start.
Joseph Taylor, cracking start from the young man who's again this year showing improving performances throughout the season so far, and he leads this one as he goes up the hill into the compression complex. These three right-handers, that's the first one. Here's the second one. Edgar in close attendance, Patterson in behind. We'll be hoping for something good this weekend. Dexter Patterson not had the best weekend so far. He'll be hoping to win this and recover some points.
Up to P4 as well is Owen Marlowe as they complete the end of the first lap, and Patterson get very close to the back of Johnny Edgar. Look at these three, they've managed to stretch out the gap, and I think Marlowe's actually been edged down to sixth position there through the first corner. He's lost a couple of places in one move, so Marlowe is now on the fight back. We're on board with Patterson. This is how close the racing is in IAME Cadet. Up front into the right-hander, tight apex and down the hill. This is where you can get an opportunity to make a move. Is Edgar just going to sit behind Taylor? The answer is yes at the moment. He's not going to make that banzai move through the double apex left-hander, up the hill once again towards the treble right, in through one, in through two, and in through the third, and still Patterson just hanging on to that advantage. Marlowe has managed to tuck himself neatly into sixth position with one of the other Fusion boys in there as well. I think that's Harry Thompson sitting in fourth position, and it's three wide, I think, very nearly into the final turn. Thompson hanging on to that fourth position. Very close work in the midfield as everybody just about getting through, no problem. Back on board with Patterson, millimetres in it.
Johnny Edgar riding the O plate. The O stands for British Open Champion. He's been the British Open Champion in this class for 3 years consecutively. He's the only driver in history in the sport to do that. Very successful driver, Johnny Edgar. I had him down as the champion for last year when I saw him turn up at PF International when he was 3 years of age, way back when. I thought he would win the title last year, failed to do that, couldn't quite get it done, but he's looking to take it home this year. He is the championship leader.
Here comes Patterson into the final turn. He gets on the inside line, and Edgar goes a little bit wide as a result. So Patterson makes the move, but now he's lost. Look how much ground has he lost to Joseph Taylor. Sadly, we've lost Leonardo Panayiotou. Out of the race he goes, the number 16. That is a disappointment. He was one of the chargers hoping to make his way further up through the field. Harry Thompson started P5 in this race. He's now battling away in P4 in front of the 77 of Klas Koika, and he is desperately trying to make his move. Thompson on the inside of Edgar, and Koika's going to go through with him as well. The Fusion boys are mixing it up big style, and down to fifth position goes Johnny Edgar. So Klas Koika gets himself back where he started, basically. P4 he started, P4 he sits on the back of Harry Thompson.
Best performance we've seen from Klas since we've seen him in the Super 1 Championship. Fourth place at the moment. Can he go better? Great shots from the drone camera. It really does give you a great overall perspective. You can see the distance that the leading pair have on the chasing three, and that includes Johnny Edgar now. That's Joseph Taylor, the current leader. Joseph having a great day.
Well, hang on. That's Dexter Patterson obviously having got right on his gearbox. A lap ago, there was about 6 kart lengths. Look how much time Patterson has made up as we ride on board with him. He's practically nudging the plate in front of him. This is brilliant work from Patterson, and already it looks as though Thompson has lost some ground now, losing at least 3 places. Here comes Patterson on the inside. Textbook overtaking move. Dives for the gap. Thank you very much indeed, sir. This is my lead now.
This looks like Dexter Patterson's race here. Taylor will have it all on to take him off that leading spot at the moment, but still plenty of time to go. Who's up through the third place? Is that Edgar?
Well, that's Matthew Hunt out of the race, but I think you're right. I think Edgar has managed to fight his way back into P3 once again. It's such a competitive field at Fusion Motorsport. This team is so good at producing strong championship racers now, and there's a huge catalogue. Thompson actually down to 5th place now, as up to 4th position. That is the 58 of Finley Bunce. So Bunce has brought himself into P4, sat behind the British Open champion. Mightily impressed with Dexter Patterson, though. Either Taylor must have made a mistake, or Patterson has driven out of his skin to get back on the tail of him, get into the lead, and he's handling all that pressure. Look at this in the midfield as well. Everybody seeking an opportunity to go through. That's a brave move from the 66 of Reggie Dewey, trying to find the smallest possible margin to get through, and he is not afraid to take on all comers. Brilliant stuff.
Reggie Dewey, leading privateer in this one. He's had a particularly good season this year, Reggie, so far, but he'll be hoping for better as the season goes on. I think Reggie is definitely, well, he's a potential podium hunter, isn't he, this season, Reggie Dewey?
He's a potential 2016 IAME Cadet champion as well, isn't he? He's definitely got the right ingredients to work that craft forward, and he's learning so rapidly. He's got plenty of ingredients to get the job done next season, provided he's got all the budget and tools and everything sorted out for next season. Great battling in the lower end of the top 6 as well. Several drivers trying to take on this move as Dewey hangs it out in front of the 50. That is Dylan Hotchin. He is holding station in front of at the moment. Another rookie in the 2015 season. Meanwhile, out in front, Patterson desperately trying to pull away from Joseph Taylor and managing to little by little as Dewey makes another great move.
Another move by Dewey there. Another driver that's really impressed me this season, Jake, is Finley Bunce. He's sitting in 4th place currently. They'll be hoping to work with Johnny Edgar to get back to the lead, and I think they are closing the leaders here. But Finley Bunce, one of those drivers, there he is, 4th place, the AIM Motorsport driver. He is a driver that has really impressed me this season. Again, it's always great to see the kids get better and better and start competing at the front end, and Finley Bunce is one of those drivers this year that you look at him and you think, well, in the next few years he could be a potential Super 1 champion.
Absolutely.
No doubt about it.
Absolutely. Well, you could consider Fusion Motorsport to be the Red Bull Racing, don't you, of national karting at cadet level, but AIM have suddenly turned a corner, and they are now really starting to throw their weight into the championship battle time and time again, and it's great to see somebody else really challenging the Fusion Motorsport guard. And AIM in 2015, they've done an absolutely cracking job. Let's not forget Dexter Patterson, of course, leading the charge for AIM this particular weekend. Here's Reggie Dewey once again taking on Klaus Koiker now. He is having a great race as he closes up on the man who started P4 in this one. Look at the gap from the top 4 back to Klaus Koiker in 5th position. Reggie Dewey there in 6th. He is having a cracking race, but the leading 4 have definitely got away. 2 drivers for AIM, 2 drivers for Fusion. What a battle this is going to be.
And look at this. This is going to be a 4-way battle sometime soon. They've come from a mile back. Edgar has worked the gap. He's working with Finley Bunce in behind him, and it looks like the man there, Joseph Taylor, in 2nd place, just lost Dexter Patterson just slightly as the rest of the carts stream through down past the start-finish line and through turn 1.
Now Thompson has fallen away from this battle, hasn't he? Harry Thompson, not quite sure what's happened to him. I think he's got caught up in a couple of moments where he's not really been able to get the best advantage through 1 or 2 overtaking moves against him, so it's cost him so much time. And look at that. Any driver in that 5th position battle now, that's all they're really competing for. The top 4 have well and truly left them for dead. And here we go. Edgar and Bunce once again working to close in on Patterson and Taylor. Edgar in 3rd position knows what it's like to win a TV final. Finley Bunce doesn't yet, but you have to say the man sitting in 4th position right now has a great opportunity here. He could get his first TV final win here today.
Yeah, he's looking for a podium, but to be honest, Jake, I think you're right. He could be looking for more than that, to be fair. He's definitely a televised final Super 1 winner at some point. And look at this. It's a 4-way battle now.
Did you see Joseph Taylor? He looked behind him and suddenly went, blimey, they're right on our tail. We need to get a move on here. And now, all of a sudden, he is the man under pressure.
Edgar down the inside, he got him, he has, and Bunce goes with him. Classic karting move, and Edgar now is right on the back of Dexter Patterson. He's come from a mile back, as has Finley Bunce. They've worked together to squeeze that gap, and here we are. 4 karts in the train, any one of these 4 can win it. Finley Bunce on the podium at the moment, but he's hoping, like you said earlier, Jake, to take his first Super 1 win here.
Patterson, Edgar, Bunce, Taylor. 5th position at the moment is Brandon Martland. He started down in 32nd. He's up to 5th in front of Hodgkin, Koika and Dewey, with Dimitrov 9th, Keneally 10th and Harry Thompson down into 11th position. Things not going his way. Up the inside comes Edgar. He's going to take on Patterson. Bunce is going to get through as well. And if Taylor's got the process, he's going to get through as well. Patterson down from 1st to 4th. Edgar leads. Bunce in 2nd. Taylor is 3rd, and we're on board with Dexter Patterson from 1st to 4th in a heartbeat. Now the battle is really going to get started. Bunce has managed to get himself up into P2. He's on the back of Johnny Edgar, but he's got big pressure from Joseph Taylor. The order has once again changed in an instant.
Classic karting move there. The leader goes from 1st to 4th in one corner as the karts just follow each other through, put their nose cones on the rear bumper of the kart in front and just go through with them. And the man on the outside just got nowhere to go. Brandon Martland, Jake, 5th place. What's going on there? He was so far down, never even made the grid caption. we only show the top 30. He started P32 and he's up to 5th. What a fantastic drive by the young man from Carforth in Lancashire, and the defending has started, Jake.
Yes, indeed, and Bunce has already started signalling the 2 chaps behind. Come on, we need to get this guy, and he is working hard. Patterson has already made up the time onto the back of Joseph Taylor, and Taylor is closing up on Bunce as Bunce closes up on Edgar. It's any one of these 4 drivers who can take the victory, and I don't think this order is going to stay the way it is for long. Bunce has got Taylor literally nudging his bumper through the apex there, nothing malicious. It's just great racing. Bunce has made the jump to go for it, and that's opened the door for Taylor. Now Patterson's on the inside of Bunce and he goes through. The teammates almost colliding, both teams there, as Taylor is now right on the back of Edgar. Patterson is on the back of both of them, and he's actually having to change lines to find a dynamic way to get through. He almost manages to make the switch onto the inside of Taylor. Great driving from Patterson.
1.5 laps remaining as they turn left-handed down the hill for the penultimate time. Patterson looking for the outside line. That's going to give Bunce the inside line, and Bunce helps himself to 3rd place. Patterson drops back to 4th. He's got it all to do again up through the compression complex. That's the 1st right-hander, the 2nd right-hander, the 3rd right-hander. That's compression. That's the complex. Into the devil's elbow now. Left-handed. Here's the rib cruncher. Boom! The track drops away there, right onto your ribs on the left-hand side. And as they cross the line this time, Jake, 1 to go.
I don't believe how close this is as a battle between these 4. These are the 2 top teams in IAME Cadet, with 2 of their star racers having an absolutely cracking encounter. Johnny Edgar, the fastest man over 1 lap, but is it going to be enough to hold on to the victory as Patterson swarms around the outside of his teammate Finley Bunce and gets an amazing switchback? He's got the speed. Has he got the right line? Hodgkin is, of course, the leading rookie at the moment. They almost go 3 wide as Martland is, of course, still the man on fire in 5th position behind all this. But still, Taylor is having to defend valiantly to keep Bunce and Patterson behind. I think Johnny Edgar might have enough here. Up the inside comes Patterson. He's going to take on his teammate. They almost barge wheels. Patterson holds on to that 3rd position. Great overtake at the right time. And Edgar is going to get hauled out by a back marker. Is he? No, he's not quite. He is going to be able to hang on for this one. It's Fusion, AIM, but it's Johnny Edgar critically who hangs on for the victory. The championship leader extends his advantage out in front after a cracking 4-way scrap. Johnny Edgar gets the victory from Joseph Taylor. Patterson and Bunce make up 3 places apiece. Brandon Martland, though, 27 places through the field in front of Dylan Hodgkin, Klas Koika, Reggie Dewey, another hard charger, Bray Keneally, and Maxwell Dodds rounding out the top 10. Some cracking drives through the field from Brandon Martland and Bray Keneally. Dylan Hodgkin, the leading rookie in fine style, but Johnny Edgar is the winner at Glanagors Park.
Johnny, tricky start to the weekend for you, but it all come good in the end.
Yeah, the first final I won, and the second one, Joseph and Dexter got a bit of a gap, and then me and Finley managed to push back up to them. And then I got in the lead and had to defend a tiny bit, and then I just managed to hold them off. And I'd just like to thank Fusion Motorsport, Craig Boyd, Gary Byatt and everyone else that's helped me.
And just like that, he's off. Minimax coming up next in part 3. Expect the action to be just as close, if not closer.